All right, welcome back. This is the 45th Parallel Podcast brought to you by Advanced Firearm Training, A&L Construction.
He the man.
That's true. And my new food cart that hasn't came out yet. It's called Tuna Taco. It's going to be amazing fish tacos. I got Cam, like always, rocking the Veo band. I got Junior with me here tonight. And
we're going to talk to them about 22s, right, Z?
That is correct.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Cam. So let's start talking about 22s. Today we're going to talk about 22s.
Talking about 22s. First of all, Z, I have to say I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I am very flattered that you grew a mustache like me, man. They say imitation is the best form of flattery. Flattery, is that right? Yep. And I just really appreciate you taking after me, man. It's really cool, and I'm really humbled by it. So
he took after both of us.
Yeah. In a little bit.
Yep.
He's got your hairy hands too.
No. He's actually got a full set of mullet at least.
Oh, dude, I love this mullet here, Z. You've been growing. Look, turn sideways for the people, Z.
Okay.
Man, that Jamaican sun really dyed your hair blonde there.
Oh no.
All right, so let's get into 22s, Junior. Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll start off with letting everybody know Jeremy's still alive.
He is still alive. He's in hurricane territory right now.
Yep. It takes a lot more than a little wind.
Yep, little wind to break that guy. And the wind that he brings to the shop here takes a little bit more to not, we're good with it.
I heard he wasn't getting enough of an adrenaline rush over here, so he had to go to hurricane territory.
Yeah. That's an understatement right there with the adrenaline rush part in here, But yeah, so we're going with 22s today, guys. We're going to talk about just kind of all the different types of 22s you can get. I'm sure everybody out there is familiar with the 22 long rifle round, or if you're not, we will go into that as well. But 22s are a great place to start, not only with just buying guns, but also new shooters. 22 is probably, I bet everyone would agree that a 22 is the best place to start for new shooters, for children, just learning safety and handling of guns, for older people who've never shot before, for training because it's cheap, all that stuff.
And getting practice with your front sight, getting used to it, that is key. Front sight. This gives you good training without, going burning up, especially with the, what's his face's 460. Buddy loves 460 at $3 a shot. This stuff's couple cents
a shot. You can still get it for cheap. You can still find it pretty much everywhere. So if you're looking to train new people or even train yourself, because every once in a while it's probably good just to go back to a 22, especially in a handgun where there's more mechanics involved, and just start from the basics and just go from the ground up again.
And 22 was on a big bug out story in regards to how many rounds you can carry compared to others. And a 22 actually is pretty capable of a lot. A lot of people say, 22 won't do this or that, but yes, it will. A well-placed shot will do a lot.
It'll do it to you.
It'll do it to you. I've actually heard of a guy that lives out in Central Oregon who actually killed a mountain lion with a 22 once.
Except for Chuck Norris.
Yeah, except for
22 just bounced right off of him.
Bounces right off Chuck Norris.
Hey, and all those Chuck Norris jokes, to all of you guys that came out here with the Chuck Norris jokes, was pretty weak. We only got like 2 people.
Hey. Chuck Norris doesn't fire 22s. 22s fire Chuck Norris.
There you go.
Dang, I like that.
And with the new with the most previous code word, everybody did real good. We actually filled 5 by Tuesday.
All right.
By Tuesday.
So we had 4 on Monday and the last person on Tuesday. So everybody keep it up.
So thank you guys for paying attention to the code word and coming in and visiting us and using that. And I got today's code word.
Awesome.
I got it.
Not yet, though.
Not yet. So anyway, a guy I know actually took down a mountain lion with a 22 long rifle as a self-defense situation once. Because the 22, like we were saying, is a pretty capable round for a lot of things. And I guess I didn't know this. Mountain lions have pretty thin skin.
Huh.
Not just like you in here, Junior.
Thin skin, thick claws.
Thick claws. We got those raptor
and
claws.
A big tail.
And a big tail.
Mm-hmm.
You're a bad boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, Jeremy. We're talking about you.
Sorry, Jeremy. Jeez.
We got to remember about him.
Yep. So, Junior, what do you want to start with? Which one do you want to start with up here?
I guess whichever one. I guess I'll start with the single action.
Cool.
So we did check all these guns. They are clear and safe for all you guys out there that says you must check all your firearms at all times. We did that not to bore everybody. So a lot of people that like the old single action Army style, we do have just your regular Ruger single action in. For those guys that like those old Western guns just to shoot, not a lot of recoil, not like a 45 long Colt that a lot of people are used to. Just getting back to the basics, the simple fundamentals about it. Single action, so no matter how hard you pull that trigger, it's not going bang, bang. To all you guys that are not learning introduction, it's real good to practice on a 22 so you can learn those good habits of aiming and not getting scared of a 460 like Carlos. That was
Shout out
literally,
Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos. It took you 3 days to recoup from that 460. Sorry, bud. So, I mean, it's just a real good plinks, real fun for plinking for younger kids, adults, everybody. I think it's the BB gun for everybody.
I actually own a single action cowboy style by Ruger. It's called the Wrangler. The model name is the Wrangler. And
This
it's a
one's actually
22.
called the Rough Rider.
Is it the Heritage?
I'm comfortable in a Wrangler.
Yep, Heritage. Yep.
Z with the D with the vintage. The vintage. What was that? What commercial was that from?
It was not to go too far off topic.
Yeah.
It was a
we never do that.
Wrangler. He's in some hot water right now.
Ride 'em, cowboy.
Yeah.
Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Yes.
Woo.
The vintage commercial. No, they're not that vintage, I guess. Jeez.
No, not really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next cam.
But yeah, my Ruger Wrangler though taught a young man how to shoot a friend's son how to shoot on that earlier this spring. So it's a really good starter gun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pick
Especially
one
for-
off the table. And
I'm going to
Solid.
go with one that I actually own as well. This is the
Ooh.
Ruger SR22. It is a double single, so it's double action on the first squeeze and then single action after that. Nice little compact 22. Holds 10 rounds. The magazines are cheap to get. Came with extra back straps and everything. And as far as a semi-automatic pistol to kind of start off on, this is nice and small, nice and compact. Gets good with your mechanics because it is so small. You want to grip it properly just so that your hand is not sliding past the end of the barrel. But I love this version of this gun. It's a great little starter shooter. When I bought it here before that we owned the shop, it was called called it a pine cone gun because if you're just walking through the woods and you wanted to shoot a pine cone with it, you could just shoot a pine cone with it. So these Rugers are awesome. Ruger's made great guns for a long time. It's probably my favorite 22 gun that I have between, I guess now that I think about it, all my 22s are Ruger, and between the Cowboy one, the 1022, this one, it is my favorite 22.
I don't own
pistol.
one of those.
It is cool.
They are cool.
The Ruger SR line is really high quality, and in other guns compared to this, in the same ballpark, the Walter 22, some of the other like the Mosquitoes or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I think Sig did that. This Ruger is probably one of the higher quality ones you can get. Some of them are kind of pieces of crap, to be honest, because they're just so cheaply made. But this actually has an aluminum slide instead of a plastic slide, and everything else is just a little more high quality on it. So I really like my little Ruger SR22, and again, good practice gun, good starter gun. So
Pass me that one.
oh, you want the fancy boy, huh?
I actually shot that one, so I can actually talk about that one. I don't own an SR22, so.
Yeah.
So going back to the SIG P322.
Brand new guy.
On the cleanup day, there was a lot of you out there that got a chance to shoot it. And for a semi-auto 22 that's not super finicky, it actually did pretty well. It is a 20-round capacity, 20+1.
Which is crazy for a little 22 pistol.
Yeah, and it shot suppressed. We shot at suppressors, I think I don't know if we put any videos up, D, of the cleanup day was shooting it suppressed.
The only person who had a suppressor, I believe,
Was
was
Pope.
Jeremy.
No, Pope took it out on the 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
we shot.
didn't get any video of that, but I did get a video of Jeremy shooting something with a suppressor on it.
So it actually functioned really well. I mean, I've never seen it in action until that day. I think I shot maybe a magazine through it just because we were in a little rush.
Yeah.
But everybody shot it. Everybody seemed to love it. It's the newest and greatest out there. And I'm gonna show you the next honorable mention after this. 22s have gone a long way from back in the day. I mean, I literally grew up with one of these. My grandpa had one of these, and this is what I grew up with, shooting a 22. But now we're evolving a lot. Now we got 20 rounds.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Next one, let's bring up the revolver, I guess. We have here a Ruger LCR 22 revolver. These are really cool because they're actually kind of air weight guns. It holds 8 rounds in the chamber, so you get a high capacity for a revolver here. I know a lot of people that like these. If you're a revolver fan, if you want to conceal carry, a lot of people will carry the 22 just because it is so light to carry. I have known more females to carry this as well because it is so light, but it also, they can put it in your bag or your purse, and it's not a tiny gun, so you can reach in and be able to pull it out and get to it too, because I do know a lot of females that like to carry revolvers. Bree, why are you smirking behind me?
You know what?
Behind
Dang,
the
I
camera.
messed up. I should have taken that out for Carlos.
Should have taken this one out?
Yeah, it wouldn't have hurt his hand afterwards.
Oh, Carlos.
Oh, buddy. Look what you did, buddy. Next time, buddy.
But, a 22 revolver is also super fun because when it comes to if you're live firing, that's one thing, but dry fire practice, with a revolver, because it is double single action most of the time, if you're doing double action, you can really practice your trigger pull without moving the gun to one side or the other, so that when it comes to pistol or just shooting a revolver even more, your trigger discipline is really nice. And I'm not just talking trigger discipline like with your finger off the trigger, when you're actually coming to squeeze the trigger. If you're going double action every time, it really gives you a solid straight back squeeze and really, zones in your mechanics, if that's the right word.
We should do a death pop. See if Nathaniel calls us again. Can't believe Cam put a round through the roof.
What if I did a desk pop right there?
I get some blanks.
Can you pass that over here?
Yeah.
Actually, I want
Oh,
to hold
yeah.
that.
Sharing,
Yes.
yeah. Sharing this carrying, D. We got you.
That thing's pretty cool. I like that thing.
So,
It
D,
is.
what's your first reviews on handling that fine tool?
My first review is I don't handle enough revolvers.
Revolvers are cool.
And
Yeah.
this does feel good.
The good thing I could say about a revolver is, if everybody knows about 22s, some are very finicky. The round doesn't go off. You got to get your pocket knife, dig the round out. But good thing with the revolver, if it doesn't go off, you just pick up the next round and go bang.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You don't have to empty. You don't have to drop a magazine.
You know what'd be
toss
cool?
that round.
I actually
you just
got a,
keep
I actually
squeezing.
got a good idea.
What's that?
If there's a machinist that they can help me with a little project, I got a fun one.
Okay.
I need someone to turn a barrel so I can put a suppressor on a revolver.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yep.
That'd be really cool. Yeah. All right, what's up next?
So
It's
next
your
I'll
turn.
move on to the Ruger, the 2245. My aunt's looking over here. She's lost.
Auntie Lish.
The Mark.
We
Huh?
can't hear you.
What's it?
Which 22?
Which
They're all
22?
22s.
Yeah.
I mean, they are.
This one?
Hey, wave to the people. They
Hey,
saw your
wave,
hand.
you're on camera.
You're not on camera.
My
right
Aunt
there.
Alicia. Or Aunt,
Oh.
what was her stage name? Stacy, wasn't it? Yeah, now she's trying to sit. Why'd you get over?
I thought it was Diamond. I thought that was her stage name.
Just kidding. All right, so back to the Ruger. John, what's the capacity on this bad boy?
I think 10.
10?
Well, most of those are 10, yeah.
Sweet. So I got one of these too. Don't shoot it that much, to be honest, because they are very pain to disassemble and clean.
Yeah. And 22 is, for those of you that out there that don't know, 22 is a very dirty round to shoot. It's
Yep.
super dirty. So cleaning your 22s is a must.
So I don't have any of the original, the Mark 1s, Mark 2s. But this is their newest light version that a lot of people are getting fond of, because this one is a piece of cake to take apart. It's got a button in the rear, press that, the whole top comes apart, and everything slides out. Painless. And most of the guns nowadays are coming threaded for suppressor. A lot of them are coming. We shot this one suppressed. It did really well. But I'm going to say, with all the suppressors, as a lot of people know, they are very dirty on 22, so you get a lot of buildup inside the actual chamber, your bolts and everything. So that's the only downside to 22. Very dirty round.
Yeah. But super cool. People probably know it's super quiet to shoot. It's going to be the quietest round out of a 22 you can get for the most part.
Yeah, and a lot of these 22s, if you guys want a full in-depth, I know we're not trying to bore everybody by PowerPoint, but you can look up a lot of videos, people that dig into in-depth on these guns that literally spend 30, 40 minutes on each gun.
Yeah.
The pink one.
The pink one. All right, kind of going back to where we started, guys, with beginner guns, trainer guns, teaching youth to shoot. 22 comes in really handy with that. A lot of companies, a handful of companies make these youth model 22s. Obviously, you can tell it is a very short, small little gun. It is a bolt action, so there's no continuous squeezing of the trigger for safety purposes when you have an inexperienced young person shooting the gun. And it is one round at a time. So once that first round is fired, you're standing right there with them. There is no chance for you to, or for the child to accidentally get another round in, operate the bolt, operate the safety, click that off, and then shoot in an errant direction or at you or at themselves or whatnot. So, also alongside that, just 22 has no kick whatsoever. So a small person shooting a gun like this, it's just a good starter so that they're not immediately going to 9mm or 5.56, 223 or something like that. And it's not going to shy kids away from the shooting sports, It's going to be easy on their shoulder. It's going to be easy on their little hands. And obviously, if you have traditionally, if you have a little girl, this is going to be a great color for her. If you have a little boy, it comes in all different colors too, blues and greens, and even just your traditional black gun. So yeah, you can go a lot of different directions with it if you're looking for a Christmas present or a birthday present or just teaching the next generation on how to properly handle and shoot firearms.
For all you grandparents out there, aunts, uncles, dads, sisters, everybody. Good starter for every youth, even adults. They're pretty fun to shoot, actually.
They're actually really awesome. And one of my favorite bolt action 22s is actually it's supposed to be a youth model. CZ makes it. I forget the model name, but it's CZ, and it's got a beautifully lacquered stock on it, and just the colors on it are awesome, but it's slightly bigger than this, a little bit longer, a little bulkier, and it's supposed to be a youth model, but it's just big enough that grown-ups can shoot it too, and it's actually like the coolest 22 bolt gun I've ever seen.
Sweet.
There it is.
Any questions, D?
No, but the first outing that we had, Marley shot or tried to shoot the teal little cricket type, but it didn't really fit too well in her hand. It was kind of hard to get her to work with that, but she did fire the other 22, and she handled that very well.
And how old is Marley again? She just turned
6.
Just turned 6. So, a 6-year-old little girl can shoot these 22s perfectly fine, and she had a blast. Yeah,
yeah, sure did. It was funny. She was really excited too, and then when she couldn't get the best handle on the cricket, I forget what it was called. It wasn't an actual cricket, but it was a different name. But anyways, I'm just gonna call it the cricket. When she couldn't get too much of a handle on the cricket, she was like, "Okay, well, I don't really want to shoot anymore. I'm gonna go play with Scarlett and Duke."
There you go.
And then
she got a little bored.
Yeah, and then she came back and was like, "Okay, I want to shoot now, but only with Scarlett." So that's when she started shooting.
Oh, that's cute though.
The 22, the pistol, and she handled that very well.
Nice. Yeah. That was a fun day. I mean, just getting the kids out to shoot was awesome. I know we've talked about it in the podcast before, but again, great place to start for youth shooters.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, not to take away from your point, like, yes, the cricket is like a great starter.
Yeah.
She's a little bit small for her age.
Yeah.
But just to speak to the point that like 22s are great for kids, like a great starter.
Yep. So Christmas is coming up, folks, and as a parent, you can gift your son or daughter a gun. So come see us. We have them for sale.
Yes, we do, and all different colors and everything like that. For those precision shooters, there are some youth ones for if you want to get your child into precision shooting. There is some that are pretty cool. They actually look like a nice little precision rifle, nice little scope for all those introduction precision shooters. It's a good one to look into.
Yeah. Let's do the weird one let's save the weird one for last. So you want to pick up that
Henry?
That cowboy gun right there?
Yeehaw!
Ride 'em, cowboy. I sound just like it, don't I?
Yeah, look at man, she can't seal that deal. So it is clear and safe.
Yeah, Alicia can't make the deal over there. She would fail on Shark Tank real bad.
Just for that, I'm out.
See you, D.
See ya.
That was a Shark Tank reference, everyone.
I sealed the deal.
Alicia, what are we doing here?
We got to keep the lights on.
Yeah. We need.
Oh, she's so lost. All right, back to this
Back to
lever
the
action.
lecture at hand.
Nice little Henry 22 lever action. For all those people, too, that want to get into lever actions, they're really fun for a lot of use to learn how to use a lever action. Brush guns, got the Skinner sight on it. Quick acquisition on the sight. It's good for a lot of people to learn how to use lever actions. Real fun to shoot. I have one. Tube fed. I think they're like 10 plus 1. Well, it's a tube, so either way. There'll always be a plus 1 and everything.
Yep.
So it's a good introduction to lever action. Pretty flat shooters. They're pretty, I mean, it's just straightforward. Like most of us are all familiar with our nice traditional lever action. And especially for people that don't want stuff with much recoil. As we get older, me intended, I do not like thump big rounds, especially. I got a 45-70. I shot a couple times. And I'll tell you what, I went back to a 30-30. Save that shoulder.
Soft shooting, yep.
Yeah, you just want something fun to shoot. Because when you go plinking, you don't want to be bruised the next day. Like Carlos. Having injuries. You want to be, just wake up and be like, hey, that was real fun. Let's go do it again. And very inexpensive to shoot, especially when the pandemic hit. Ammo went up super crazy. 22, everything was out of stock. But most of our shooters went back to 22. I mean, I shot a lot of 22 compared to anything else because a lot of that rounds you couldn't get. You're paying a lot of money at the time. And so to keep up with our knowledge and our skills, we got to find a caliber or something we can switch to keep that going.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
How much on average is like, I don't know, 50 rounds of 22? Like what are you looking at for?
50 rounds of 22 nowadays, depending where you're at.
I think it's like $9.
$7 to $10.
Okay, so for
Yeah.
I was initially going to say 1,000, but like
I got a brick over there for 1,000.
800 rounds is like, I think we got it for $65 for
Okay,
800
not bad.
rounds or
That's not
something.
bad.
Yeah. I think a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I found a brick of, I think it was 1,500 or 1,400 or some kind of odd number. I think it was 1,400 rounds of 22, and I think I paid at that time like $80 for it.
wow.
So it's a little more expensive there, but that's a lot of rounds.
I mean, I think that's inexpensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when you're talking about 1,000 or 800 would be like 65 or 70 or whatnot. Like
Yeah.
Almost double that is only, that much more.
Well, yeah, 9
Yeah.
at one point was over $1 a round. So just imagine,
Yeah.
shoot 9 millimeter, $1,000. You'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
And that brick of 1,400, I've taken the 22 out maybe, or a 22, I should say, maybe 5 or 6 times since then, and I'm still like, I have barely put a dent in that box.
I remember back in the day, we used to go shoot, and you get so tired, you just shoot just to shoot. You're like, I don't want to shoot anymore. I'm just bored.
Yeah.
I might have to invest in getting a 22 and
Yeah.
good 1,400 rounds. Just
And the thing is, too, like I tell people this in the shop here all the time, is that at the end of the day, if you have a 22, that's the only gun you have, it's not a bad home defense round either. Like at the end of the day, no one wants to get shot with anything. So a 22 long rifle, I mean, it might not have the knockdown power and the stopping power as other stuff, but it's going to deter a lot of people. And it's not super loud if you have to shoot it inside. So you can go that route too, you guys. I mean, I know we're talking about the lever action here too, but if you needed a 22 for something that was in a defensive purpose, like I was saying earlier, that revolver, I've known a lot of ladies that carry that in a purse or bag or something, and it's been a good round too. I can't look at Bree when I say the ladies thing because she gives me this smirk, like I'm some like kind of like jerk for saying that.
She thinks you're talking to her about. She's only bought one gun.
Yeah, she only has a Robin's egg blue Glock.
Most premier gun.
So that is good advice. Bree, you guys says don't carry in your purse or
and
bag.
why
because
is that?
Yeah, Bree, would
Bree.
you enlighten us?
if your purse gets stolen, your gun's gone. But also, anybody?
That's why I've heard not to carry your gun in your car.
That
one too.
Yeah, that one too, for sure. More guns get stolen out of cars than anywhere else.
Yeah, but
That
more
is true.
purses get stolen than cars, I believe.
But also, if you are carrying in your purse and someone, it's a life or death situation within a few seconds, it is very, very difficult to get to.
Yep.
So carrying on your person is better all the time, but if you can't, obviously having a gun on you is better than nothing in some way, shape, or form. But
Yeah, we push anything. If some people, for whatever the reason is, they can't handle any other calibers. Sorry, my accent always gets in.
that accent, it's not like Z's going to come back with a Jamaican accent. He's going to come back with a blonde mullet, a mustache, and a Jamaican accent. And it's going to be the worst Jamaican accent you've ever heard in your life.
Oh, my
Speaking of, you guys seen Cool Runnings before?
negative, sir. What's what?
Feel the rhythm.
You've never seen
Feel the
Cool
ride.
Runnings?
Get on up.
Nope.
It's bobsled time.
Wow.
Cool running.
Well, Cool Runnings is the code word for today, everyone.
Hey.
Woo!
Just for that, Junior, we have to have a Cool Runnings showing
We got the projector in the back.
in the shop.
Yeah, on the projector back there.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
And Bree can bring us pizza.
Bree
Done
the
deal.
pizza girl.
Oh, you didn't seal the deal?
Wow. Alicia did
25
not
minutes.
seal the deal.
Huh?
Oh, gotta ask his wife. That's okay. Is he checking out the podcast? Let's not rip him a new one if he's checking out the podcast. We want customers to come back.
Should have just gotten 2.
Yep.
Put one right in front of his wife and said, "I got one for us."
You
both."
could have just wrote him a receipt for a local shop somewhere like Fred Meyer's or
Everybody's
something. Safeway. Groceries.
It's on a white piece of paper. It says, "From Fred Meyer himself."
Carhartt clothing. This was not sponsored by
Well-
Carhartt, by the way.
Anyway, going back to the lever action, cool guns because the kind of the romanticized cowboy thing too. The Henrys come in the gold and the silver. They're really neat looking guns, so they're fun. Yeah. And the last one we have up here, at least, obviously there's some honorable mentions. The Ruger 1022, which most people and their grandpa have
It's an
had.
iconic one, the Marlin.
The Marlin's iconic. Yeah. Good little guns, classic guns, been made forever. This is also a Henry. This is the Henry Survival 22, and I won't break it down now, but all of this, folks, including the magazines, break down into the stock here, and so you literally just get this portion
Yeah, just the butt
down,
stock.
just the butt stock, and it floats.
That is correct.
It floats. It has a little 10-round magazine, and it literally is intended to be an actual survival rifle.
You can pop the back off.
We'll pop the back off. Not necessarily a bug out gun, not necessarily a fun shooter. It's just a gun to literally keep in your pack, keep in your car, in case you do get stranded somewhere and you need to either defend yourself or kill something to eat, because sometimes things get crazy out there, and everything fits right into the butt here, and you can go from there. It's a cool little gun.
That's the one that's like a floating device too, right?
Yes, yeah, that floats. Everything in the end here
Just a
floats.
gun. It's not going to save your life.
Right.
Yeah, the gun won't sink. It's not going to keep you afloat.
It's kind of a joke because like the first time that was brought on the podcast, I'm like, that's the largest butt I've ever seen on a gun. Like
It's really ridiculous looking. But wow, ladies.
I know,
Both
they're-
ladies in
they're-
the shop, perverts.
I really emphasized that just because.
Oh, look at my.
I saw her laughing the first time you said.
Who, me?
So I had to say
Wow.
that just to get a
The maturity in here right now is at an all-time low
Oh, if only
between
Jeremy was here.
between Bree and Alicia.
Guns are serious, guys. No jokes.
So yeah, that's the 22s we have for up here tonight. Like we said, there's some honorable mentions out there, but I think we covered a lot in terms of youth shooting, self-defense, cost, effectiveness, all that.
I think we should also open it up to the viewers to give us your suggestions
Oh yeah.
on 22s that you like, maybe 22s you think people should own,
The belt fed one.
maybe even a story or two.
Stories about 22s, super fun.
It'd be really cool if the guy you were talking about gave us an account of the mountain lion incident.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I'm pretty sure that the guy who told me about this is probably, I actually legitimately think he's in jail right now. Dude's kind of crazy.
All right. Well.
Yeah, a lot of people showed up at his property one night. A lot of people who had official credentials showed up at his property one night.
Oh.
And I don't think he's at his property any longer for breaking a lot of
Well,
rules.
that'll do it.
Yeah. But yeah.
How do you know this, by the way? Was he like a neighbor or
Probably his
something?
uncle.
He was a neighbor
Here we
to
go.
some family friends
There we go.
that live
And was his uncle.
far away from here.
Okay.
But
so you heard this from trusted sources. is what I'm
yes,
saying.
very trusted sources.
Okay.
I mean, but this is the type of dude who would, it was in a very rural area. He would drive his tractor down to the only corner store.
Hey, Cam, I sure it wasn't you. Look at me. Let me see. Eye to eye to contact. Was it you? I think it was.
I actually wasn't in Nashville, guys.
He was at court.
This guy would drive down his tractor down the road in the middle of the day, absolutely hammered, to go to the corner store.
That was my uncle. That was my uncle.
Oh, that was Junior's uncle. Yeah. So, real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out. These guys stopped in the shop today. They're called Oregon Gun Law. The website is OregonGunLaw.com. What this guy does, they're an advocacy group for our rights here in the state of Oregon. This guy actually apparently was down in Bend today debating with people running for the new measures, people running for office, but also the new measures up in the state of Oregon right now that we vote on this November. Oregon Gun Law is a great, resource to stick up for us here.
You talking about Measure 14?
Yes. Is it Measure 14? Is that what it's called? Is that the number?
114.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Measure 114 and the House resolutions and all that stuff. He's down there. I think, does he say his name was Sean or Nick? I forget, man.
I just remember the sticker.
But
well, I just want to say,
great.
I of course I wasn't here when they came in.
Yep.
And I don't really know anything about them in particular, but everybody should go to that website.
Show D the sticker.
Yes.
He won't forget.
Keep make sure you stay knowledgeable about stay knowledgeable about Oregon gun laws because things can get confusing.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't know whether it's okay to like open carry or what you can carry, XYZ. So I'm sure they keep people up to date. You should definitely check that website out.
Yep, he's based out of Medford, OregonGunLaw.com. Go check them out, guys. Share their stuff because they're doing a lot of great work here. And also, it is a they are a group of lawyers as well, attorneys. So
that makes this logo even better.
There is a 24-hour contact. So if you do conceal carry and you are one of their clients, and you do get in a situation where you had to use your gun, you can call them for defense in the middle of the night. All that good stuff. So they can be your lawyer for that as well. OregonGunLaw.com. Anyway, guys.
Anything else you guys want to add in, D? Anything else? We got the blood drive going. We will get you the future date. I don't know the date.
I will not be giving blood.
Just keep an eye out. Keep your schedules open or flexible in November if you can. Tailgate still.
Tailgate
for October.
Yep.
Ladies' night still going on in November. Just stay tuned for those dates and times.
I got something to throw out there.
Ooh, what is it?
For all you Sasquatch guys, how come no one's put a peg? I don't believe you guys anymore when you guys tell me Sasquatch. I don't see nothing out there.
Him. He's gotta keep
I
reminding
know,
him.
not one person.
Yeah, guys, if you're a Bigfoot guy like I am, we need to put pins up on this map over here in the corner because that's where the locales were.
I keep looking at that.
Trying to see someone to
that
post.
Sasquatch metal thing.
That was me, low key.
And I still think
on a camping trip.
metal targets,
you guys,
Sasquatch shaped, should be sold here.
3 nights, the last 3, well, not last night, but the 3 nights before that, I was camping at the place where I had my Bigfoot story. No Bigfoot story.
No
Bigfoot.
Nothing. He didn't come back.
Bigfoot didn't show up this time. Time, guys.
He wanted to keep a low profile, and you kind of blew up his spot. So
I
he's
did.
Like,
I did.
I can't show myself this time.
Maybe next time.
He's
We'll
probably
see- we'll see you
you
out there, man.
again.
Yep. All right, guys. Cool runnings. Code word for this week. Hopefully Jeremy's plane doesn't crash in a hurricane. We love your hairy hands and your mustache and your
Or those
blonde mullet.
All those big tidal waves too, huh?
Yeah. Big
Snow
waves.
sneaker waves.
Yep.
I was actually watching boat videos the other day of how they sink. Some pretty cool ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Like Titanic.
My hand's choking up over
This
here.
podcast is
No, not Titanic.
Well, one podcast we're gonna have to go over the Titanic conspiracy theory.
These are actually warmer waters. That's bad.
The Titanic conspiracy theory, guys. We got to go over it on one of these podcasts, so
What happened,
we'll do it. Anyway, guys, you have beautiful hair. Z, your mullet.
Jeremy's looking for someone to braid his hair. If anybody knows how to do some braids, Jeremy needs to be get his hair. Man, this one's actually longer though.
It is longer. He needs to grow his out.
And a full. Oh, look at that. Oh.
What kind of braid?
I don't know. Something.
Dutch.
Ponytail.
You know, 3 different kind of braids.
What?
Dutch.
There's more than
He's
3.
going for Dutch.
Dutch braids.
How many different? There's 3
I don't
different
know.
ways to braid.
Dutch,
Anyway,
there's
guys.
French, and there's
Mexican.
what
The Mexican braid.
was the other one?
It's called a volote. All to the side.
Velote.
Volote.
Fishtail. Okay.
Okay.
Fishtail.
braids.
So are those the 3? French, Dutch, fishtail? There's more than that, but yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Good thing Cam doesn't have that problem.
It's true.
Woo-hoo.
Free haircuts, baby.
All day long.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for everybody staying tuned. And then everybody stop in the shop. We're always here to help you guys. So have a great rest of your evening. Cam tried to do a mic drop because he can't do them on stage. So I might as well do it himself.